Pittsburgh, that could happen. Pittsburgh fans, by the way, at least the ones I talked to, were like, dude, it's kind of 6-5 and pick 'em which guy we want to start here, right? So they're a little, the fans aren't necessarily all in, although I don't believe you bring Russell Wilson into the Pittsburgh Steelers to sit him down. That I don't believe you do. If you have to do it, then you have to. I'm choosing to be optimistic about this Browns team again this year, because hopefully we have two of our best players on the field for the bulk of the season. Let's not forget we were without one of the best running backs in the league, if not the best running back in the league. And your starting quarterback down. You had a dude out there my age playing that position. Nuts. I mean, absolutely nuts. So hopefully the Browns can get it turned around. Doug says here, I think you're a little wrong on the announcer thing. I was talking about Brady, and I said, look, I think there'll be a little interest. Is he any good at it? There'll be a little interest in that. I don't think most people turn games on because of an announcer or leave because of an announcer. Doug says, do I disagree with this? He says, Stansbury, I will grant you, I don't watch games for an announcer. I would agree with that. But if I hear Beth Mowins, if I hear her nasally ass Miley Cyrus voice, I hit click as fast as possible. I cannot handle the fingers on the blackboard of her voice. I cannot handle it. Yeah, a lot of people will say that about my voice. Dude, I just can't stand his voice. I just can't stand it. So that's a thing. That's a thing. If your team is playing, my guess is people will sit through what they feel is a bad announcement, right? And I don't know who to trust here, because social media tells me they're all bad. Social media doesn't like Greg Olson. Who do you think is good? It's like football fans don't like anything. Roger Goodell, everybody hates him. It's like, dude, the sport's never been more popular or made more money. I mean, ever. In the history. I mean, ever. And so, like, what do you hate? The success? Like, I don't understand what do you hate? So, they don't like that. They don't like coaches. They don't like quarterbacks. They don't like announcers. They don't like anything. I've said it about every single thing out there. Nobody hates something more than fans hate it. Fans always hate it the most. 9 a.m. this morning, rock the bank with me. Grab that first $1,000 keyword. I bet you take tomorrow off if you win, right? Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, get Friday off. Score that, rock that bank, $1,000 keyword at 9 a.m. I'm going to move off this, but I do want to raise this point because Dan had written this in. As we were talking about the Browns schedule, he said, look, dude, I love the optimism, but I think you're being a little crazy here, especially about the Chubb stuff. Most people are saying you're not going to see him early part of the year, so he's probably not going to be on the field a whole ton, or a whole lot early on, and that may affect some of your win-loss total there. That's a decent point, and I appreciate Dan for writing that in. I appreciate you, buddy. We may open up that Browns schedule conversation a little bit next hour on the program. I ran across this the other day, and of course, it flies in the face of something I was just saying the other day. Like, I get on women sometimes about the sisterhood, Like, you'll see women say this, don't disagree with her, you get a sister's back for the sisterhood. And it's like, nah, dude, like, you're telling a woman not to have her own opinion just so she agrees with another woman. That's ridiculous, right? And so you don't really see that with men a whole lot, And somebody pushed back and said, well, what about bros before hoes? Well, all right, fair enough. That may be something guys say amongst their friends. I'm kind of talking about a sentiment of, like, don't have your opinion that goes in the... A man will never say don't disagree with another man just because he's a man. Like, very rarely will you... I'm sure it's probably happened. You don't see it a whole lot, right? But sure enough, then what went viral, on Reddit is a revision of the bro code. Now, the younger you are, the more likely you would need this. These are mostly life lessons I think most people would learn going throughout life. Although, have you seen the warning labels on stuff? People are out there. You know what I mean? They're out there. They're doing stuff. But we'll start at the bottom of the list, work our way towards the top here. This is what Reddit says is the revised bro code. I'm not sure this is just about guys. I think this would be good. A lot of this would be good advice just amongst some friends here. Let's take a look. It says, trash talk your friends to their faces. Build them up behind their back. Yeah, I can't speak for women, but guys kind of like the ball busting thing. Like I've said, one of the reasons why I like the barbershop I use. Shout out to Sapphic. One of the reasons I like that is it's a little throwbacky. First, I'm not in a strip mall in a race car bed, and like some of those like chains can kind of make you feel like that. And second, it's dudes watching sports, talking a little trash, a little back and forth. You don't necessarily got to watch everything you say, everything of this. And guys kind of like that. We kind of like that. But yes, you should talk well about you. That's exactly what a friend should be. I'll say the most horrific thing in the world straight to your face, but if I hear anybody run your name through the mud, they got a problem with me. Not necessarily physical, but they're going to have to answer to me. That one I like. I kind of like that. Next time you get to my age, and if you find yourself single, which is not great, but if you find yourself in that situation, you probably know how to pick somebody up a little easier than you did back in the day. Although I guess you could make the opposite argument. You've been out of the game so long because you were married 20 years or whatever. All right, that's fair enough. Helping your friends look good. In the radio industry, it's called pick up the room. So, like, sometimes it's like, bro, like, I need you to... You have to help the other person out. We'll pick the room up. And that's essentially even after they split. All right, for me, I've done this in the past. I have dated buddies' exes. That's for sure true. It's something I would try to avoid doing today. But I do think it matters how long you guys were together. If you were only together 3 months, I'm sorry, I don't know about that. You start talking years, cohabitating, there's lives, there's kids there. We're in a completely different situation, in my view. I think that's a very, very different thing. I think not telling every man that they can't have sex with a woman dude, you're hoarding at that point. I don't want her, but you can't have her, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm just telling you how I would view it. If my buddy left the woman, I'd be like, well, dude, you didn't want her, you threw her to the side. I can't tell you, I kind of want to hit that. You know what I mean? Like, I think I would maybe do that. If she broke your heart, way less likely to be doing it. Way less likely. Now, I got to be honest with you. This is one of those areas where I was not maybe such a good person in my younger years of my life. They also say here, if you see your bro, let's say friend, if you see your friend kind of running game, let him do it. Don't get in there and be like, dude, that's not true. He's not the vice president of that. What are you guys talking about? Like, what the hell are you talking about? No. If he's got game working, let it go. Now, I know what some people are going to say is, oh, you're going to let him lie? You're going to let him do this? You're going to let him do that? It's like, dude, everybody knows the first year of a relationship, everybody's lying a little, right? Everybody's waiting to put their guard down and be like, all right, who are you for real? And do I still want to be here after I see it? So I feel like that one's probably okay. This is interesting because this would have not been on this list in my younger years. Again, we're talking about like the friend list amongst men. I think this could tie in with women easily too. Most of these anyway. They say take care of your friend's mental health. If they seem down, ask what's up. If he confides in you not doing well, be there. Listen. Take him out for a beer. Whatever it is. It says here, we men suck at sharing our issues and have lost several good friends to suicide over the years. We need to take better care of one another. I think this is true in a lot of friends groups. I'm happy it's not necessarily true in mine. What's going on, buddy? Talk me through it. What's happening? Tell me what's going on. And I like to be helpful in this regard. If we're hanging out and I see you like a lot, I feel as if I'm one of these people that can give you great advice. I can't always take my own great advice. And I actually like being relied upon in moments like that. And I would like to be of help to somebody if I could, right? Here's a big one, and I think this, you could say this to men and women. This is bro code, but I think this is about just friendships in general. Still hang out with your friends when you get a girlfriend. I think you could say this to women about finding a boyfriend too, or a girlfriend. Let's not forget to handhold everybody. I want to get Harrison Buckler in here. But it's, I've always had a rule on this. You want to be who you still are. You just don't realize it yet because you're in love and you're infatuated with this new person you met. Got to spend every waking moment. I can't speak for women, but I can speak for what it's like dealing with them, right? And if you meet a woman and you start spending every waking moment with her, and then like 6 to 9 months into the relationship, now you want to go play cards on Wednesday night, or now you want to go play golf on Sunday, now all of a sudden this looks like brand new behavior that's out of the ordinary, which is going to make her suspicious. It is going, and so that's why you deal with where are you really going? Where are you going? You were with Brad. Where were you? Right? That's why you deal with a little bit of that. If you stay who you are when you meet and you establish, yes, I want you in my life. I want to spend a lot of my free time with you. It does not mean I want to spend all of my free time with you. So make sure you still continue to do your routine so they know who you are and know how to give you what it is you want. I think a lot of times people make the mistake of going, this is the only person I need right now. Oh my God, I'm so obsessed. I love her so much. Can't get away from her. And then all of a sudden you're 9 months in, you're like, I want to kill this lady. And you want to go somewhere. And now it looks crazy because, again, they know you want to kill them. And so now you're feeling like that, and you want to go play golf on Sunday with Stansbury. Those two things together, I don't know if I love that, right? And so, like, I think it's important to stay who you are early on in the relationship so you can stay who you are the entire way throughout that relationship. There are so many more of these, and we shall continue to run this list down next here on Rock 106.9. Why Aaron Rodgers refuses to watch online pornography. We'll get there at 9 a.m. I feel like people are going to go back to calling him a conspiracy theorist on this one, but he may be right. We'll get there. What we had been talking about is the bro code, according to Reddit. We ran through a few of these already. I'll try not to take up too much time circling back here, but talk trash to your friend's face, but build them up behind their back. That's just good friend stuff there. If your friend is fond of a woman and she's in the room, you got to gas him up to her, right? If you see him hitting on her, help him out with that. Those are the same thing back to back there. Take care of your bro's mental health. If he seems down, ask him what's up. If he confides in you, he's not doing well, take a listen to what his problems are. Take him out for a beer, whatever, be there for them, right? Let me see here. Then we get to, this was also a part of this. Still hang out with your friends after you get a girlfriend. I think a lot of people make this mistake. You meet somebody, you're obsessed. Oh, I like them a lot, spend too much time with them. And then you're like deeper into the relationship. You want to start getting back to doing your own things, but that looks like brand new behavior to the person you're dating, which will make them a little suspicious. That's why I think you got to stay who you are from the beginning of the relationship all the way through it. Not that I have any reason to be passing out relationship advice. I say it all the time. I get a lot of things in my life right. This, apparently, I cannot make work to save my damn life. We get to the sister clause here. Your friend's sister is sacred territory to be treated with the utmost respect and honor. Oh, look how toxic men are with that. Yeah, that's pretty toxic right there. Any romantic or physical interest in a friend's sister must be accompanied by express permission from said friend, obtained preferably in writing and signed in triplicate. That's obviously there them being a little facetious. Just done it. Now I'd want to know you're okay if I'm dating your sister. About getting married. People think going to the dad and asking for her hand in marriage is antiquated. It sells the property issue. There's a lot of that. It's fair. I can see some points like that. I want to know that you're okay with the fact that I'm going to be the man marrying her. I do think it matters. Your in-laws are going to matter. Your happiness level with me and my happiness level with you is going to decide how Thanksgiving and Christmas goes. I want to know this. I want to be a part of this. I want you to feel okay with me, is how I would approach that. Now, that's an older, wiser Stansbury. That would have not been the thing when I was young. Dating friends' sisters, here's what I would tell you. If you legitimately want to date her, you're probably all right. If you just want to have sex with her because she's hot, probably not the best thing to do. Let me see here. Don't C-block your friends. Raise your boy up. Be a good wingman. Yeah, about 6 of these were all that, just worded differently. Goes to show you what guys really care about. Again here, if a woman your friend likes is hitting on you, then deflect, and redirect to him. This is another one. No cheating or stealing your friend's girl. Friend is and all of that. If they have kids together, I think that could be a different thing. Cheating, hard to be somebody's friend and sleep with their better half, right? Like, I know today's standards is like, well, you can love somebody and have, and sleep with like 35 people while you're in that relationship. You can. Like, every day I see another article. I shared my husband with 35 women last year, and let me tell you how it improved my marriage. Slate.com. And, which, by the way, channels exist. That's all he said, is that there are people telling people to do that to their relationships. And there are people who are doing it. So I'm not sure what he said is crazy about that. It's a 22-minute speech. There were some other things in there. We don't have to get bogged down in it right now. Yeah, don't cheat. I used to be one of these guys that was a little obsessed with the fact that I was like, I can make it. But there's no power in that. That's just a bad person doing bad things because they like to do bad things. You're not powerful. You didn't make her do something. You know what I mean? You're just two bad people getting together to pretend you're not bad for 20 minutes. That's it. You know what I mean? There's no real power in it. Also, these days, man, be careful. There's also 8 billion people on the planet. You know what I mean? So, like, probably find somebody who doesn't have somebody. Now, somebody lies to you about what their situation of their relationship is, and you find out down the road that that's not necessarily on you, but you know who your friends are dating. You should not sleep with your friends' girlfriends. You should probably not sleep with people who are in a committed relationship with somebody else. I think we could probably just be right there. Never make fun of somebody, your friend, when they tell you something they care about. It's time to lift each other up. Well, we could get back to the ball busting thing here. I think there's a difference in busting your friend's balls over something versus literally mocking them over something that they care about. You're allowed to not be interested in a friend's interests. You can be happy for them that they have it. You don't necessarily got to love the thing. But if we really didn't care what anybody thought about us, you wouldn't have to tell anybody that, would you? No. But it turns out we absolutely care what people think about us. And you know what my rule is, don't you? The person who says it the most, they care the most. Yes, they do. They're not trying to convince you, honey. They're trying to convince themselves. That's what they're trying to do with that. Ooger. Yeah, I feel like you care a little bit. I kind of feel like you care a little bit. It's a rare occurrence, but if they actually want to talk about something, man up and listen. Protect your bro's dignity even when they're not around. Again, that's going back to talk trash to their face, build them up when they're not around. This is all, most of this is just reworded. If your friend's girlfriend is cheating on him, you tell him immediately with zero hesitation. Okay, that can be the rule. But y'all need to keep that same energy if he's cheating on his woman now. What is fair is fair. And I'll tell you a rule of thumb I have given. All right, man, come on in, man. You good? You know where everything is. And then they're at my house like a week. And then they stop coming back to the house. And I think, oh, maybe they went back home. But this has happened. Let me in, Dan. I know he's in here. Let me in. I know he's in here. Steven, get your ass out here right now. And I got to open the door and be like, Steve ain't here. Where is he? I guess it's Lisa's house. I may be wrong about this, but like this has been my rule of thumb. I won't necessarily go out of my way to tell somebody that you're cheating on because it's normally kill the messenger. Right? So I'm not looking to get myself involved in your stuff. But once the door knocks start happening at my house, I don't know if this happened. Do you know for sure whether or not this happened? If I know, I'm sorry, man. You brought your dirt to my front door. And now I have to be something I don't want to be in order for you to go sling that D around where it is you shouldn't have been putting it. That's a YP, baby. That's a your problem, and I want nothing to do with it. You know, I was running down this revised bro code from Reddit. And it said if you find out your friend is, that his girlfriend is cheating on him, you tell him right away. I guess you could make that wife, girlfriend, what happened, right? Boyfriend, maybe, right? Let's not leave anyone here. And I said, well, keep that same energy. Meaning if you're cheating, should I go and tell her? No, I mean, he's your friend. Responsibility is to your friend. Okay, that's a valid viewpoint. I don't share it, but that's a valid viewpoint. And where I think knocking on my door affects people. And so I like